With the success of Platoon, a film that portrayed his own experience in Vietnam, Oliver Stone proved that the American people had a place in their heart for the Vietnam veterans' experience. A winner at the Academy Awards and the box office, Stone was in a position to do whatever film he wanted. He chose to fulfill a promise he made to a fellow veteran and make Born on the 4th of July. It's based on the true story of Ron Kovic, a young Long Island boy who went off to war. It would be a bullet that would paralyze him, but worse, it was a nation's disrespect that would break his heart.
I gave 3/4 of my body in Vietnam. My brother doesn't have to get knocked down into the streets here. What?
The more than a decade-long wait to make the film allowed the lead to go to Tom Cruise. It would be a career-defining role for him. In December of 1989, Brian Gumbel, then host of NBC's Today Show, sat down with all three men and talked about bringing Ron's story to the screen.
Ron, you wrote Born 13 years ago. Between then and now, how many times did you give up all hope that it would ever be brought to the screen?
We almost did it in 1978. Brian, we got within 4 days of filming and they canceled the film. And
that crushed you?
I was heartbroken. I felt like I was wounded again, just as I had been in 1968 in Vietnam. I'll always remember Oliver Stone coming up to me a few days after the film was canceled the first time in 1978. He said to me, if I ever break through, if I ever get the chance to direct, I'll come back for you. He made a promise to me. And after Platoon, I knew that Oliver could have done any film that he wanted to do. I got a phone call and he said, Ronnie, come to New York. We're going to try to make this film again. Oliver Stone kept his promise.
Oliver, doing Born, by all accounts, fulfilled kind of a long-term promise that you had made as much to yourself as to Ron Kovic. But why do Born when, by all other accounts, you had already done the definitive Vietnam film?
Well, I mean, there was the Iliad and there was the Odyssey, you know? You had to get the warriors home. Ulysses spent years in the wilderness trying to get back to where he lived. I feel very much the same way, but there was another war after Platoon. When I came home, I had real problems, as did many vets. I went to jail, and then I had my personal problems for several years in New York City, and I think we ran into a country that was not hostile to the veterans, but indifferent to the war. It's just that we came home and nobody cared the 24 hours before we'd been in a combat zone. So that shook us up. People were out making money. The country was prospering, it was booming. Like in the scene where Stevie shows Ron around the hamburger joint. You know, all he cares about is he's putting up a new fast food chain in Long Island, and that's what was happening in Long Island. So that's what we came back to, that indifference, and that hurt us.
Sometimes, you know, Stevie, I think people, they know you're back from Vietnam and their face changes, the eyes, the voice, the way they look at you, you know?
I know what you mean, Ronnie, but people here, they don't give a shit about the war. Yeah, to them it's just a million miles away. It's all bullshit anyway. I mean, the government sold us a bill of goods and we bought it. We got the shit kicked out of us. For what, huh?
You didn't know you, Stevie. You were in college, man.
Let me go back to square one with you. How much did you help Tom Cruise with his portrayal of you?
I was amazed the first day I met Tom Cruise. He came down to my house with Oliver Stone. I was surprised how great an understanding he had of what I had gone through, my suffering, my hurt, the difficulties that I had to overcome to be in this world after Vietnam. Tom made it very clear to me that he was going to give this film everything he had and that he was not going to let me down. He knew the difficulties we had had in the past, and he made a promise to me on that day at my house that he would make this film. And you know, during the making of the film, I had an amazing amount of access on the set. It was a great experience for me, Brian. It was a tremendously learning experience. Tom would come up to me in the wheelchair, looking just like me. He would wheel up to me. At first it was very unnerving. I was looking at myself. I was looking at myself during one of the most difficult times in my life. And in actuality, it was Tom Cruise. Tom would lean over and he would look at me and he would say, "How am I doing? Am I doing this right? How do I look? Do I look all right?"
Yeah, but Ronnie, wait a second now. I mean, Tom is a very impressive guy when you meet him. But do you mean to tell me that the first time Oliver ever came up to you and said, "Okay, you know who's going to play you, Tom Cruise," that your mind didn't immediately say, "Hey, wait a second, just a second here.
You know
Top
what?
Gun, right wing, propaganda, he's going to play me?"
No, I believed Oliver when he told me that Tom and I had a lot in common. I knew Tom had come from a working class background. I knew that he had grown up Catholic. I knew he was a lot like me. You know, when Tom came down that day, I wasn't really sure. But in the 3 hours he spent with me in my kitchen, telling me his understanding of my story, I believed that he could do it. I remember in the VA hospital, there was a very difficult scene that you'll see in the movie. There was a silence on the set. Everyone was watching. Everyone realized that something very special was happening. The scenes were explosive. And we felt we were watching we felt that something very important was happening. And it was.
This goddamn fucking place. I need a bath.
Don't be raising your voice
bath.
to me, Mr. Kovic. You watch your mouth.
Would you people help me, huh? What's the matter with you? I don't feel right. I don't feel right either. I need to see the doctor. I need to see him now!
Not available
I
now.
want to see him now!
Busy.
He's always too busy, isn't he?
What's eating you now, Kobe?
Fucking shit!
You going out the deep end? Amputate that leg, you going like this?
What do I have to do? What do I have to do to
Hey,
make
man,
you
don't you
people
ever
listen
put
to
your
me?
hands on
All
me.
I'm saying is I just want to be treated like a human being. What ain't that shit? Trying to keep me fucking drunk so I don't know what's going on around here, man. This place is a fucking slum.
You went out, man. Fine. We take that leg of yours, we get you out of here in 2 weeks.
I want my leg.
Why?
I want my leg.
Why? You can't feel it no how?
It's my leg. I want my leg, you understand? Can't you understand that? All I'm saying is I want to be treated like a human being. I fought for my country. I am a Vietnam veteran. I fought for my country. I deserve to be treated for decent.
Vietnam.
Decent. I earned that right, you fuck.
Vietnam don't mean nothing to me, man. Or any of these other people. You got it?
Tom, by all accounts, you really want to do this film. You agreed to defer your salary in order to do Born on the 4th. Why? Why was it important to you?
Well, I'd known Oliver and I'd met Ron, and I felt very committed to them, and I felt it was just a powerful script and a great character, and I felt it was an important film.
What's key to the portrayal, do you think, of playing Ron Kovic?
Never giving up and searching for the truth. That's what I felt was key, one of the key things in playing Ron, that you had to get beyond. And the film isn't about a man in a wheelchair. It's a film, really, you look at it, I mean, the country became an invalid. It became, I mean, it was a crippling time for this country. And that, you had to get beyond this man in a chair. It's his own personal, triumph, his own personal search for the truth of what happened, why. There's still a mystery about why. And that's how I went into the film.
I was going to say, you're particularly adept in the wheelchair. How much time did you put in?
A lot of time.
Really?
A lot of time, yes. It was interesting because I went around with Ron and I realized that one of the things that I saw that Ron was very good at is making people feel comfortable. You really have to be a diplomat. Some of the things we went through together were, I couldn't believe it. You start looking at the world from a different point of view, and they're looking at you differently.
I'm gonna go inside for a minute. Mom, wait.
Should be okay.
Hey, Ronnie. How are you, man? You look good. You look good.
Hey, Ronnie.
Feel great.
Good. Ronnie,
Looks
welcome
good,
home.
doesn't
You
it?
look
Angie.
so good. It's so good to see you.
Hey,
Look at him. He
Ronnie,
looks
welcome
great.
home.
You never got out of character as you did this. I mean, you never
No,
came
we were-
someplace and said, "Okay, I can walk from here."
No, we went through the whole thing many times. There's a store that we went into, and the girl that was running it said the owner, there was rubber on the floor and then carpeting, and I was going from the carpeting to the rubber and turning the chair, looking at different items, and she came up to me and asked me to leave the store. And Ron had been telling me stories of things like this that happened.
Why'd she ask you to leave?
Well, at first I was shocked, and then she said that the rubber of my chair was disruptive to the rubber floor. And I said, said, okay, fine. I left, and Ron said, look, it's okay, she just doesn't, she was nervous. She doesn't know what to do. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
My mom called me at school and told me. I was just so shocked. I wanted to reach out and help you. But it was just so frustrating, and I just stood in the hallway in my dorm room shaking, and I couldn't say anything.
I mean no offense by this.
Yes.
But do you think in the film you are defined by your handicap or by your commitment?
I think the answer to that question, Brian, is both. I think in the film, I am defined by the wound that I sustained in the war. That's very obvious. I'm wounded in the war. I'm injured. I have to be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. But I think what the film also says is that I come to terms with that through a very difficult process.
First time I got hit, I was shot in the foot. I could have laid down. I mean, who gives a fuck now if I was a hero or not? I was paralyzed, castrated that day. Why? I was so stupid.
I feel wounded, but at the end of the film, I feel that my wound has become wisdom. I have, in a way, triumphed over the tragedy of what I've gone through. Life is worth living.
Why are you here tonight? What do you have to say to these people?
My name is Ron Kovic. I'm a Vietnam veteran. My name is Ron Kovic. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I'm here tonight to say that this war is wrong, that this society lied to me, it lied to my brothers, it deceived the people in this country, tricked them into going 13,000 miles to fight a war against the poor peasant people who have a proud history of resistance, who have been struggling for their own independence for 1,000 years, the Vietnamese people. I can't find the words to express how the leadership of this government sickens me. Now, people say if you don't love America, then get the hell out. Well, I love America. We love the people of America very much, but when it comes to the government, it stops right there. The government is a bunch of corrupt thieves. They are rapists and robbers, and we are here to say that we don't have to take it anymore. We are here to say, we are here to tell the truth. They are killing our brothers in Vietnam. We want them to hear the truth tonight.
Do you think Bourne's about Vietnam or about America?
I think it's about America. I think it takes America from the 1950s to the 60s and to the 70s. And it cuts off, as you know, at the 76 convention with the Democrats. But what we try to do is, like, the boy and America are linked. It's my generation, the way we grew up. We bought certain beliefs in the 1950s. They were tested hard in the 1960s. Losses were incurred. And I think a sense of wisdom we learned in the 70s. We learned, and we're still obviously trying to apply it to our lives, but we're still struggling. It's our generation.
Thou shalt not kill women and children. Thou shalt not kill, remember? Isn't that what you taught us? Isn't that what they taught us?
Stop it! Stop it! I don't want you in this house. You're out of this house.
Ron, come on now. You made your point, now stop!
No! I haven't made my point. You tell her, Dad. They're killing everyone now.
I didn't force you to go.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Mom.
And it's all falling apart. King Kennedy, Kent State.
Hey, man.
We all lost fucking war.
It's not my fault.
Fucking communism won. It's all for nothing.
It's not true.
Oliver, how political do you think Bourne is?
I think it's an emotional movie. I think it describes a spiritual transformation in a boy that goes to war to be a certain kind of hero, and he's defeated in that goal. His life is, on the surface, it's ruined.
God damn it!
and he's defeated at every turn.
I've come to give you your last rites. Are you ready?
And he goes through hell, and he comes back from hell, and he's grown into a better man than what he intended to be. He's become a different kind of hero. That's the movie I set out to do. The political implications are there. You can pick them up from the left or from the right, but that wasn't the reason the movie was made.
1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your fucking war. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your fucking war.
You don't think the movie tries to state an opinion from a pulpit?
No, these are events that occurred, which we dealt with. I think we avoided preaching at the audience. We didn't intend to. I think we showed very concrete actions. As you see, Ron, when he came back from the war, was still very pro-war. I mean, we didn't make it easy that just because he got shot in a wheelchair that he changed overnight. It wasn't that easy. It took 4 or 5 years for him to deconstruct his mind and to change the mind, to go from one bias to the other bias. All those meetings with all his friends, his former girlfriend, his former school friends, his parents, they're all painful. They're one-on-one encounters. It takes time to change a human mind. When he hits Mexico, I suppose that's probably the blackest place in the movie, when he runs into Willem Dafoe and he's staring at his own skull 5 years down the road. I mean, this is what he's going to become if he continues in this direction. And I think Willem sort of reflects back at him his own death. And I think when he reaches down inside himself, he pulls out this need to confess. Confession is good for the soul. And Ron confesses and goes on to be a greater man.
This wheelchair, our wheelchairs, this steel, our steel is your Memorial Day on wheels. We are your Yankee Doodle Dandy come home. We are your Yankee Doodle Dandy come home.
I gave 3/4 of my body in Vietnam. My brother doesn't have to get knocked down into the streets here. So what?
Kovic's commitment left me, and I'm sure it's going to leave an awful lot of viewers of the film, feeling somewhat inadequate, that we don't have the same type of passionate commitment, in the same sense that he does, to anything beyond our work for the most part. Did it leave you feeling that?
Well, when you meet Ron, you see, I mean, he's 100%, and when he believes in something, I mean, he is just, he was always that way.
You must never, never let what happened in that war ever happen again, because if you do, they will build another monument, and they will kill more and more and more and more wheelchairs. You must fight against it.
He can't do it halfway. Everything he does is total commitment, and I guess in some ways, I don't know. I think in some ways I kind of identified with. It was somewhat revealing of. I mean, when I do something, I feel that I just can't let go of it.
Okay, listen up! Hey! We're gonna take the hall back. You hear that? Yeah. Go to the gate. We're gonna take the motherfucking hall back. All right? Fall out. Let's move.
You and I are contemporaries. You resent guys like me who didn't go?
No, not at all. I watch your show every morning.
That's not a prerequisite, but...
I have no resentment for those who didn't go. In fact, I'm glad, Brian, that you didn't have to come home in a wheelchair. I'm glad that you didn't have to go through the last 21 years that I've had to go through. You know, for the longest time, Brian, I was very angry and very bitter about my wound and what had happened to me. It's only been the last couple of years that I've been able to honestly, sincerely feel within inside myself that in some way this has been a blessing, that in some way I have been able to become a more whole human being because of what I went through.
Final note, Rod. It is obvious that the war will always be with you.
Right.
With this film, Do you let go of the war?
Yes, I do. I begin to let go of the war with Born on the 4th of July. I begin to come back to my country again, back to my mother and father and my brothers and sisters, and I begin to come back to the country that I loved so much when I was a young boy growing up in the 1950s. I'm coming back to America again, and I'm coming back to life again. And life has never been more exciting for me than it is now. I never dreamed that I would be able to reach so many people. I never dreamed that I would be sitting here with you today. And if I would share anything with people today, I would tell them never give up on life. Never give up, no matter how difficult, no matter how painful, no matter what happens to you. Hang in there. Keep trying and keep believing in your dreams, because someday those dreams will come true, and they've come true for Ron Kovic.